Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third and final episode, Preventive Wellness, for the podcast series Know, Restore, Prevent, A Journey to Wholesome Health. In our previous 2 episodes, we have been focusing on awareness and recovery. And today we are going to explore the most powerful stage of health and wellness, and that is prevention. And we're going to explore how we can build a lifestyle that focuses on long-term health and resilience. Welcome back, Saravanan and Avinda, to the show.
Hello.
Right. Today we're going to discover first how do we shift from fixing our health to preventing our health from breakdown. Okay? So my question to both of you is, how do we move from fixing health problems to preventing them altogether? Is there a need for us to also shift our mindsets?
Yes. We should not be looking at just fixing problems. We have to go into preventative care. Don't allow your body to shift into a crisis mode. And usually it is beyond health, or it takes a lot of energy, money, resources, and time to balance yourself. So go into a preventative mode. Know the family history, know your own history, okay, and address it by speaking to a health professional, right? Or come and see a naturopath, and you will see that they will be able to guide you with whatever existing issues that are observed and correct the imbalances so that you do not need to fall sick. Simple example, people experience cancers. It's huge in Singapore now. A lot of people, it's actually a global phenomenon. So many people are getting cancers. Cancers do not happen overnight. It is an accumulated stress that is happening in your body. It takes about 17 years or more to become a full-blown cancer where it becomes identified. Imagine how much of hard work you must have put in to get cancer. Yeah. So to undo it is going to require a lot of energy and effort. So go into a preventative mode. Address, know, and correct all the imbalances that you have naturally now. And focus on yourself, not neighbors, not others. Yeah. Work on yourself, restore yourself, and when you are balanced, you become the shining light, and you become an example for all your family, and they would want to also follow you and do all the things that they have to do to restore themselves. So do not worry about anybody else. Fix yourself first.
That's a very intelligent, a very insightful thought.
Yeah.
Now, over to you, Avinda. What's your view about this?
You see, prevention is all about lifestyle. Prevention is all about health. How it happened. Basically what happened is that, you see, if your sleep time is correct, your choice of food is correct, and your mental health is correct, you are preventing almost everything. What is happening today? People are very stressful due to the very young age. As a child born today in the world, parents are putting stress on them for perform from the preschool itself, because they want them to enroll to the right school. So child is not enjoying even the childhood correctly. So if the child is not happy from young, he develops the habit of stressful life. So he start to stress at every level. Okay, just give you a very simple example. Like for us, we have 2 daughters. We send them to Montessori, and we let them play whatever they want to play, even in the buses or whatever. So we created a different environment. So what I want to tell people is, don't give stress to others and don't take stress. So if you don't give stress, don't take stress, and then do enough exercise, take care of your food properly, take care of your water properly. That is the basic prevention. That is the main meaning for prevention.
Okay, but how do we take small steps to create a sustainable, healthy lifestyle, especially in today's world where everything is so fast-paced? We don't even have time to sit down and do an exercise or breathe. What can we do? When can we start?
We being a biological being, we need to move Yeah, I remember Jack Neo's quote in one of his movies. He says, walk while you can. There will come a time you cannot walk, and no matter how much you wish you can walk, you cannot. Yeah. So we shouldn't allow these things to happen in our life. Yeah. So the steps would be to move, be in movement. Um, in one of the episodes I shared about doing exercise immediately after food, simple exercise like cycling. I do this. I cycle immediately after a meal. So I would burn all the excess sugars that are being stored in my calf muscles, which is the second heart of your body. So in that process, we also burn away all the visceral fat in our system. So 20 minutes of cycling on the spot, stationary cycling, good enough. If you don't have, you can't cut this cycle with you. So at lunch, if you're out and about, go and walk. Walk for 30 minutes. Having meetings, don't have a meeting in your office. Have a meeting while you're exercising, or go for a walk and have a meeting while you're walking. I just read yesterday our ministers sharing that they go for a jog and they meet their residents, and they while they're running, and they pause and they talk. Good measure. You see, you are bonding at the same time you're also exercising. You get to see what is on the road, and what is real life. Yeah. So it starts with movement. It starts with diet. It starts with rest. It starts with getting enough light into your body, and it starts with knowing your own body. Put all the energy and effort to know your body well, know your mind well, know your emotions. When you know this and you are mindful and you are aware of them, then you will be in a good space to tackle it and promote prevention in yourself instead of creating a sick environment in your body.
You see, yoga is a complete way of life. It's not necessary that you are doing exercises then only you are doing. Like yoga also have a pranayama. Even when you are watching TV, as I was telling earlier episode, that you can do Narishwari, you can do Brahmani. In yoga terms, you can do a small steps at a time. Like you do little bit of warm up, and then after you do a warm up, and then you do your spine rotation to the 6 direction, which is front and back, right and left, and then rotate and rotate. All these things doesn't take 1 hour. You can actually do 10 minutes anytime.
Oh, okay. This doable.
It's doable.
Yeah.
It doesn't need hours to do it. So if you can have a small 10 to 15 minutes of yoga practice, which is basically you are stretching your muscles. You can do a complete joint loosening from toes to the head, which we teach every morning, which we teach also in our, when we go to the retreats, we teach there thoroughly. So if you are going into the retreats, you will learn all these techniques which you can use, and you can come back and you can join 7 a.m. online classes also to even go deep into that. So once you learn that, you can choose some of the exercises and you can do 2 or 3 times in a day. Whenever you have time, you feel stress, you go and do some of the exercises with little bit of warm up, with the correct breathing, which is being taught in retreats and also in 7 a.m.
That's a daily.
7 a.m. is our daily online on Google Meet, and it's not only I am the one who is guiding there. I have got a pool of instructors who actually came in as a problems in their bodies, and their problems have been cured, and they are with me for 2, 3, 4 years because this yoga is very simple. It's just a prevention. So with that, they every day come because they want to prevent any problem coming in the future. They have the problem in the past which were already cured. Now they are coming that they will not have a problem in future. So if you are doing yoga every day, even in a small stretches of 10 to 15 minutes, which is very good preventive way of good lifestyle.
Alright, gentlemen, we're going to go into another area of preventive measures. Okay, daily non-negotiables, that is. Now, Saravana, what are the 3 non-negotiable habits, daily habits for long-term wellness? And how important do you think is consistency as compared to intensity?
See, the 3 non-negotiables is rest, your food that you eat, and your exercise. You cannot change anything. There's no one thing that is not negotiable at all is to think and assume that a little bit is all right. Yeah, there's no such thing as that. See, once you add poison to yourself, it is a slow killer. It will destroy you eventually, and you have to pay a heavy price for it. So, you have to become aware and choose foods that are vibrant for your being. Eat what is right. Eat what is easy for you, not something that is going to cause stress in your system. So there are a lot of food out there. There are many synthetic stuff out there, which we have never seen in our lifetime. Even like when you were young, you wouldn't have seen all those foods that you see now in the supermarkets. 90% of it is not food. It is something else. It's some synthetic stuff that has been put out there, and we all have to avoid it. But it looks very convenient. But no way, you shouldn't be having that. Food comes in the natural form, and identify that natural form and eat it. If you're eating vegetables, if it is changing color, if it is going towards the rotting stage, it is okay. Eat it quickly, but don't eat when it's rotten. And many a times, the food that we prepare, you leave it for a while, within a short period of time, it will start to rot. Yeah. So, you got to become aware of how you cook and try to eat home cooked food if you can. Yeah. And occasionally, if you have to eat outside, choose healthy options. And then your body will start to sustain itself. It becomes a powerhouse. There's no such thing as superfood. There are only super habits.
Oh, no superfood.
Yeah, there's no superfoods. There are all kinds of things that are being sold in the supermarket as superfood, and in the health industry, there's no such thing as that. It is about super habits, habits that you carry within yourself to restore yourself, keep yourself, and they are all very simple and they are all very natural. You just have to embrace it, take it, and use it.
Thank you for sharing. What's your 3 non-negotiables?
Okay. The 3 non-negotiables, I can put it in this way. Learn the right breathing. Very important. Because what happened is, today people breathe in, they are going to the gym and they learn to breathe into the chest. Okay? They don't breathe into the stomach. The breathing have to be gone all the way up to your navel. So whenever you breathe, your stomach must go out. Whenever you breathe out, your stomach must go in. But in many cases, you will find that when the people breathe in, their stomach go in. And when they breathe out, their stomach go out, which is opposite. First, very important thing is you learn the correct breathing.
Right.
And the slow breathing, as I was telling you before. Okay. And the second is very important is that you sleep enough. And you sleep in time as well.
What's sufficient amount of sleep?
Actually 6 hours to 8 hours, but you can sleep even lesser if your breath is correct and you can rest well, which is called it's called Yoga Nidra. If you practice something called Yoga Nidra, you can sleep lesser and you still can rejuvenate. Because sometimes due to work stress, you have no time. So if you are going and learning that technique which can relax your mind and it can rejuvenate your body. So there are some techniques which you can learn, but those techniques are not for long term. I always believe that is for short term when you are really have stressed out. So very important is the proper sleep.
What about the third one?
The third one is the third one is if you are doing a regular yoga, right posture, as what I say, front and back, side and side, rotate and rotate, at least once a day or twice a day. Because Our spine is the main carrier of all the information and the nerves which supply everything to the body. So if your spine health is correct, so you have to make sure your spine health is correct. So that only can happen if you do front and back, side and side, rotate and rotate. So that is like must for prevention. So you must do that every day. Yeah, thank you.
I see. Okay. Now moving on to Dr. Saranavan. What are the myths of healthy eating that we need to debunk? I mean, we heard a lot of things about healthy eating, what's healthy, what's good for us. And also, are there any simple principles that we can follow to correctly regard certain food as medicine?
Yes. Always get into a healthy eating habit. Know what you are allergic. So, like the food intolerance test that we offer in our clinic, it is an essential thing where you know what foods are not agreeable for you, wean them out of your system. So by doing so, you will significantly reduce inflammation in your body. Your body will have less acid episodes, and in that process, it starts to become vibrant. Yeah, and simple rules like the FIFO rules that I shared with you is eating food that are digested easily. Eat them first, and those food are much harder to digest. Eat them last. Food combination is an essential thing as well. So be aware of what you're combining to eat. You know, don't chuck down a lot of water while you're eating. Chew your food properly. Really, really chew it, you know, so that it becomes like a liquid, because the food has got to be digested in the mouth first, then into the stomach. It shouldn't be the other way around. People swallow their food in a hurry, and you know, and then they let the stomach do the work, but it becomes a problem. Okay, and unplug yourself while you're eating. Don't watch TV. Do not get engaged in the social media or emailing or texting in WhatsApp. Just give that time for yourself, because what you're eating carries all the stressful information that is around in your environment. Don't watch the news, especially when you're eating your meal. They tell you good evening in the news, and after that they will tell you why your evening is not good. The rest of the information is bad news. Good news does not sell. So when you're watching these and while you're eating, energetically you're taking in the stress within yourself. Your food, which is supposed to be nourishing, becomes a toxic substance because of all the environmental information that is going on in yourself. Don't listen to loud music. Gentle. Keep yourself winding through that. Yes.
But when it comes to another question I need to ask is like, a lot of people have some concepts about health food, which may not be necessarily true. Yeah. So what's your view about this?
Okay. A simple thing. Protein. There's a big hype about eating protein, and protein is good for you. So people cash in on that habit of introducing protein, and so protein bars, protein shakes, and this protein and that protein. And any protein that you eat will convert into amino acids, and amino acids are essential for your body to function and restore and harmonize itself. Now, if we are not exerting that energy out of your system, then it will become sugars. The amino acids will convert to sugars. So it is not going to help you. So is it necessary to eat protein bars and all the protein shakes out there? It's not necessary. Have whatever plant protein that you have. If you have to eat meat, eat a little of it. Yeah? And it is good enough to sustain you. You don't need to get into this habit of superfoods and super proteins or carbs, complex carbs and everything. Eat vibrant, healthy, natural food. Strong plant-based is something that I always advocate.
Okay. I know this is a question to both of you. Okay. I believe sometimes when busy professionals get acquainted with this wellness practices, they tend to be quite enthusiastic, and sometimes there could be a danger of them getting too obsessive with them. So what's your advice? How can they keep a balance?
Mm.
Yeah.
I would encourage my clients every time. I give them in bite sizes. I don't give a lot of information to them. Yeah, which I love to. I want to educate them quickly, but I find that they are not able to handle because they go and see a doctor. They spend 10 minutes or 5 minutes or even 3 minutes the most, and they come out. And when they come and see me, I tell them you got to prepare yourself. You got to spend about 60 minutes with me. Say why? Well, it's about your health. I need to address your well-being, so it cannot be done quickly. So, however, even then, I give them in bite sizes, so that when they take it, they can embrace it easily. Once you gain a momentum, that is the key to your wellness, because it is not about chucking yourself with a lot of information, but it is about gaining momentum that you can manage. The moment you have momentum and you feel good, you would want to do it. Otherwise, you would quit all these natural healing processes and you will not be able to do it. So, when they come and see me, I usually work with a simple plan. I give them a 7-day diet plan, and I said you can swap around and do something, but this will help you towards reducing the inflammation and keep you reduce your knee pain, or the skin will improve, and they see changes happening in them. They start to sleep better, which they were never able to do. And just by taking simple steps, you create momentum in yourself. So it is not about intensity, it's about adaptability and keeping yourself in a momentum that is doable. When you do, you will change.
You may have busy professionals coming to you and like what you teach them. And what happens if they go obsessive over it? How can they keep a balance in doing what you would teach them to do about yoga?
Basically, it's not easy to get obsessive of what I'm teaching, because it itself takes 1 hour if you're doing it correctly. But the chances are they will not even spend 1 hour. Okay? So that is why I always tell them, if you can't do it 1 hour, you do it 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes.
Okay. What does a truly healthy life look to you? Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and physically as well. Saranga, starting from you.
A truly happy life is a life which is pain-free, where you can feel happy, you can love, you can live without fear of what is going to happen to you. And I think that would compensate a healthy life, where you are able to move, you are not dependent on anyone, you are not on medication. You can just go about by eating healthy, you can sleep anywhere you can, and rest, and full of energy and calmness in your head. Yeah, I think that will constitute a healthy life. Yeah, and being able to do what you want to do despite your age. Yeah, you're not restricted in any way. That will make life very vibrant, and I like that. I want to have.
Avinda? Yeah.
What I can say about this is that happy life is that when you are actually giving and taking, give back to the society. So, as I started this because this is in our culture. In Indian culture, is always talking about share. So we share the knowledge. We share whatever we have. Okay. So for me, healthy lifestyle is that don't be jealous from others. Whatever you know, you don't care. You share without any expectation from them, because this is all about karma. Because to me, to be a happy and healthy life, karma is very important. And now, how we collect the karma? Karma is collected by our intentions. So what happens is, if my intention is to take back from you something when I'm helping you, That means if you don't give me, I will be sad. Because I'm helping you and I expect you to help me in future. But that will not give you blissfulness.
Okay.
So my way of being happy is, but whenever you are helping other person, don't expect anything from them. Okay? And don't think that when you are giving, you are giving. You are actually not giving, you are actually taking. I tell this to my children when they were young, that whatever you know best, go and teach your classmates, and you will not need a tuition. But because you are an active learner, and they did that, so both of them never needed a tuition. So basically, give. I learned all this yoga is by giving. That's how I look at it.
All right.
Basically, giving is taking.
Ladies and gentlemen, this wraps up our episode 3 on preventive wellness. And for those of you who have been following us over the past 3 episodes, these 3 episodes, we have journeyed from awareness to restoration to prevention. And if there is one truth that connects everything, and that is our body is always speaking. But the question is whether we are truly listening to our body and what we can do to restore it for long-term wellness. And for those of you who want to find out more and understand how we can build up our body for long-term wellness, Incredible Odyssey is organizing a 4-day retreat outside Singapore, and this is a chance for you to join in the tour, find out for yourself, and discover for yourself your solution to longevity. And today we've come to the end of our podcast series. I hope you have enjoyed all the little nuggets that our special guests Saravanan and Arvinda have shared throughout the 3 episodes. And for those of you who want to find out more on how you can restart your life to a brand new state of health, from awareness to restoration to preventive wellness, join us in these retreats and click on the link around this video to express your interest, and we will connect with you on that matter. Till then, this is Suzanne signing off and wishing you a wonderful health ahead. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.